My beloved child, listen to me now with all your heart, for this is not just another message, not just another voice passing through your ears. This is the cry of eternity calling out to your soul in this very moment. I am speaking to you in urgency, in power, in a thunder that shakes the unseen, because the time you stand in now is unlike any other moment you have ever known. This moment is holy, this moment is appointed, and this moment is slipping quickly like sand between your fingers. If you ignore what I am saying now, if you turn away or dismiss my words, you will regret it for all your days. For the window of time is closing and will not remain open forever. My child, do not take these words lightly, for I am not speaking in whispers today. I am sounding an alarm over your spirit, an emergency alert to awaken you from the numbness of distraction, from the lies that have kept you bound, from the hesitation that has stolen years from your life. This is your wake-up call from heaven. This is the trumpet of your destiny sounding in your soul. The enemy has tried to lull you into sleep, to make you think you have all the time in the world, to convince you that tomorrow will always be waiting. But hear me now, tomorrow is not promised. The days you thought would stretch endlessly before you are not infinite. There is a moment to act, and that moment is now. I see you, my child. I see how weary you are, how you scroll through life trying to quiet the aching emptiness inside. I see how often you try to bury your longings beneath noise, beneath busyness, beneath the endless weight of responsibilities and regrets. But here, right now, I have stopped time to reach you. I have interrupted your path, your routine, your very thoughts, because this message is your lifeline. This is the voice you prayed for when you whispered, "Lord, give me a sign. Show me that you are real. Tell me what to do." And I am answering you now. Do not dare walk away from these words. Do not let the enemy whisper, "This is not for you," because these words are carved for you alone. I, Jesus, am speaking directly to you, the one who has cried when no one else heard, the one who has questioned when no one else answered, the one who has carried a weight too heavy for your own shoulders. I have come for you, and I will not let this moment pass without giving you the warning, the direction, and the love you have long needed. This is an emergency alert, my child. The window of grace before you is narrow, and it is closing quickly. I do not say this to frighten you, but to awaken you. For too long, you have delayed, postponed, hesitated, and doubted. You have waited for the right time to take me seriously, to surrender fully, to act on what you already knew I was asking you to do. But I tell you now, the right time has already come, and it is this very moment. Heaven has a line for your breakthrough, but if you let this pass, you will miss what I have ordained. Think of the tears you have cried in silence, the prayers you thought bounced off the ceiling. I collected them all. I wrote down every word. I have not forgotten, nor have I been blind to your struggle. But the answer to those prayers requires your response, your willingness to move now. You have asked me again and again for change, but I am asking you, will you act when I call? Will you obey when I speak? Or will you stay where you are and risk losing what eternity has prepared for you? My beloved, the enemy desires that you scroll past this, that you harden your heart, that you dismiss this as just another voice. But if you do, you will regret it, for this moment will not come again in the same way. I have carved it in time for you. It is a holy intersection between my love and your choice. Do not let fear hold you. Do not let doubt silence you. Do not let weariness make you miss this divine invitation. Comment, you are my hope, Jesus, if he lifts you out of darkness. I speak with urgency because I love you too deeply to remain silent. I have watched long enough as you wrestled with battles that drained your strength. I have seen you lost in confusion, pulled between light and darkness, between faith and fear, between surrender and control. You have tried to carry life in your own hands, and it has exhausted you. You have tried to run ahead of my timing, and it has led you into despair. You have tried to wait endlessly, hoping without acting, and it has delayed your destiny. But now, I am drawing the line. I am saying enough. Enough of hesitation. Enough of delay. Enough of listening to the lies that say you are not ready. Enough of holding back from the very life I created you to live. I am calling you urgently, my child. Hear me as if a trumpet were sounding from the heavens above you, as if the earth itself trembled beneath my words, because that is how weighty this message truly is. I am calling you to stop what you are doing and pay attention. I am calling you to open your heart fully, to let every defense fall, to let my words pierce into the places you have hidden from everyone else. For if you listen and respond, your life will never be the same again. But if you ignore this, if you push it aside, the sorrow that follows will not come from my hand, but from your refusal to act when I gave you the chance. Child, time is short. The window is narrow. The opportunity is urgent. This is why I have come to you with such force, such clarity, such undeniable urgency. For I am the God who loves you beyond comprehension, and I will not let you wander into destruction without lifting my voice to save you. Do not test the limits of grace. Do not assume there will always be another chance. Respond now, for your blessing, your breakthrough, your deliverance is standing before you, waiting for your yes. So lean in, my beloved. Do not let go of this moment. Do not harden your heart. Do not dismiss this voice. Stay with me to the very end, for the final words I will speak will carry the breakthrough you have long been waiting for. This is not coincidence. This is not chance. This is not random. This is your appointed moment, your divine rescue, your emergency alert from heaven. My beloved child, hear me now with an urgency that cannot be ignored. I speak to you because a window of grace has opened, a door ajar that leads to mercy, healing, and a turn of season for your life. This is not a slow knock. It is a summons from the throne of heaven itself. I have bent the course of time to make room for this moment, and you have been chosen to stand inside it. I do not say chosen lightly. Before the foundations of the world I set aside this hour for you. I have watched you, I have known your heartbeats, and I have prepared this doorway so that when you walked into it you would find what your soul has longed for. The world will call this chance coincidence. I call it an appointment. The air around you is charged with purpose. Angels have been stationed. Kingdom forces have been set in motion. What you feel as a nudge, as a quiet pressure in your spirit, is me arranging the pieces so that mercy can come. Do not miss this because of distraction. Do not let the common things of life, pains, small comforts, busy work, the voices of doubt soften the urgency in your heart. This season will not wait while you hesitate. This window is narrow, and it will not remain open forever. Understand plainly what is at hand. This is a time of favor where I pour out blessings that shift the story of your days. When I say favor, I do not mean only prosperity. I mean restoration where things were broken, clarity where there was confusion, Voice where you lost your words, healing where the body ached, relationships mended where they were torn, provision appearing in ways your mind cannot yet imagine. This is grace that reaches into places no human hand can touch. But grace is not automatic, it is relational. Grace flows when your heart opens to receive it. I am standing at the threshold of your life, extending my hand, saying, "Come now." Your yes unlocks what I have already prepared. You are not passive in this. You are invited. Your response matters. If you turn away, the window will close. If you step forward, you will walk into my doing. Do not let fear steal this moment. Fear will dress itself in many garments and will whisper to you that you must wait, that you are not ready, that you have to fix this or gather that before you can accept what I offer. Those whispers are lies of the enemy meant to keep you from the blessing. When I call, I do not call the qualified, I call the willing. I called fishermen, tax collectors, and the weary. I called the weak and made them strong. I have never required perfection before I move. I require openness. I require humility. I require a simple willingness to say, "Yes, Lord." The readiness you imagine is not what I ask. I ask for trust. Do not say "not yet" when I am saying "now." To delay when I speak is to exchange a divine opportunity for a lifetime of wondering what might have been. The regret that follows a missed season is heavy. It presses on the chest and clouds the years that come after. I speak plainly because I love you too much to let you sleep through this. Please support our channel, because our sincere aim is to fill your life with joy and help you grow in devotion and reverence toward God. And if you feel inspired or blessed by our work, you may kindly encourage us through the super thanks button down below. You have been chosen to hear this now because there are tides in the spirit that move by my voice. There are seasons that swing with precision. Your life sits at a hinge point, a place where a small act will tilt destiny. Think of the moments you have waited for without knowing why, those times when you felt pushed to pray more, to forgive, to speak, to risk. Those were hints toward this hour. Many times you brushed them aside as small things, not seeing their weight. But I have been building toward this intersection. I am calling you today because only your response at this time will trigger the chain of events I have ordained. The hand of my providence requires your engagement. I move in covenant with the decisions of my people. When they align with my heart, doors open. When they refuse, doors remain closed or close again. Do not be stunned by the simplicity of the call. Is often simple, surrenders, of seb, div pray. The small choices carry vast consequences when they are done in obedience to me. You hear the sound of urgency. It is not chaos, it is precision. I am not shouting to create fear. I am pressing because the enemy prowls and seeks to steal this very moment from you. He has strategies, distraction, doubt, busyness, comfortable compromise, the lure of immediate comfort in exchange for long-term purpose. He will make excuses sound wise. He will make delay appear prudent. But discernment will steer you rightly. Recognize the difference between wise waiting and losing the season. Wise waiting is rooted in my peace and my timing. Losing the season is rooted in fear, hesitation, and unbelief. If you sense a trembling in your spirit when I press, that is often the work of the enemy. Rebuke the voice that says you have time to spare. You do not know the length of tomorrow. The window I speak of may be open this hour and shut by the next. The exact timing is my secret, and I hold it with sovereign love. Your task is to respond now. Know also that you are not alone as you move. I go with you. I break down doors. I scatter opposition. I send helpers, people who will cross your path to assist, to open new doors, to bring resources and words that align with my plan. When you act in this season, you will see supernatural arrangements that cannot be explained by chance. People will appear, finances will shift, words will come, and strength will rise from places you thought empty. These are my signatures. Do not be surprised when the impossible becomes ordinary in your life. I make ways where there are no ways because I am your way. But again, I will not force. I will invite. I desire willing hearts who will say, "Here I am, Lord. Use me." I know the ache in you that wonders if you are worthy of such an outpouring. You may review your past and count failures, and you may think, if only I were better, if only I had done more, perhaps I would deserve this. My beloved, my grace is not earned. It is a gift. I love you not because of your record, but because of my nature. I am merciful by design. I take pleasure in mercy. I delight to restore the broken, to lift the weary, to heal the wounded, and to call the wandering home. Do not let shame keep you from the threshold. It is often the enemy's work to keep you kneeling in guilt rather than rising in faith. Bring your past to me. Bring your regrets and let me do what I do best. Forgive, renew, and set you free. Then step into the open door I place before you. Listen closely now to what I instruct. First, answer me with honesty. Do not hide your thoughts. Tell me your fears. Confess your doubts. Lay your shame on the altar of my mercy. When you speak truth, I respond with love. Second, act in the small commands I place in your heart. Obedience to small things unlocks trust for larger things. If I tell you to forgive a face, forgive it. If I tell you to call someone, call them. If I press you to give, give. These small obediences are the keys to the larger release. Third, expect my presence to change what seems impossible. Expect signs that confirm you are moving with me. Expect peace that steadies your steps and courage that rises in the middle of uncertainty. Fourth, refuse the lie that you are too late. I am the Lord of second chances and new beginnings. Many have rushed to meet me when they thought they were finished, and I have met them with abundance. But do not confuse my patience with procrastination. There is a mercy now that requires a response. Hear me again. You are chosen to receive this. Chosen does not mean perfect. It means beloved and appointed. When I say appointed, I mean I have scheduled this moment for your life. I have placed markers in the unseen that point to you. Angels have been instructed in your favor. Do not treat this as merely a pleasant thought. It is an act of command in the realm of grace. Stand up and meet me in the place I have set. Let faith rise in you like a banner. Let your heart say yes without reservation. The posture of your spirit in the next moments will determine whether you walk through blessing or watch it pass. If you move with me, you will look back and see how every sorrow prepared the soil and how every loss watered the seed of what is now growing. If you delay, you will live with a quiet ache that wonders what would have happened if you had only acted. Right, I build my life on your rock if your foundation is Christ. Finally, rest in my love even as I press you to move. The urgency comes from a place of compassion, not condemnation. I love you fiercely and tenderly. I do not thunder at you to punish. I thunder to wake, to rescue, and to reclaim. When I call, I do so because I cannot bear to see you miss what I have prepared. Allow that love to fuel your courage. Look up. Reach out. Step forward. The window is open now. Take my hand and walk in. My beloved child, hear me now as I remind you of what I have seen and what I have carried with you. I have walked beside you through every valley. I have stood with you in every storm, and I have counted every tear that has fallen from your eyes. You not think that even one sigh, one cry, or one prayer has been lost in the winds. I, the Lord your God, have gathered them all. I have etched them into my heart and into the pages of eternity. Nothing you endured has been wasted. Nothing you carried in secret, nothing you whispered in the dark, has gone unheard. I was there when you thought no one saw you. I was there when you questioned whether I had forgotten you. And I am telling you now, I never left. You thought at times that your prayers had vanished into silence, but I assure you, every word reached my throne. Even the prayers you could not form into sentences, the groans of your heart, the trembling thoughts you dared not speak aloud, those too I heard, and I understood. You see your battles as delays, as endless nights, as unanswered hopes, but I see them as the refining fires that prepared you for this very hour. My child, those tears were not wasted water. They were the seeds of miracles about to sprout. The storms you thought would drown you were the very rains that watered your future. The crushing weight you thought would break you was shaping you, chiseling you into strength that could not be manufactured any other way. I know the battles you fought. I know the loneliness that crept into your room at night, whispering that you were forgotten. I know the betrayals that pierced your heart, the times when those you trusted turned away, and the rejection that left you feeling unworthy. I know the moments you thought your life would collapse under the pressure. I know how close you came to surrendering to despair. And yet, here you stand, still breathing, still searching, still open to hear me now. That, my beloved, is proof that the enemy did not win. He tried to silence you, but your voice still calls on me. He tried to bury you, but I raise you up again and again. He tried to extinguish your light, but it only burned brighter because my hand was upon you. You understand, child. Every ohib was not punishment but preparation. Every unanswered question was not neglect but alignment. Every delay was not denial but divine timing. I am not cruel, I am not careless, and I am not late. I am precise in all my ways. I used even the moments that felt unbearable to prepare you for the miracle that is now at your door. You could not see it then, but every tear was watering the soil of your destiny. Every battle was strengthening your spiritual muscles. Every valley was teaching you how to walk by faith and not by sight. And now you are entering into the season where what was once hidden will be revealed, where what you thought was lost will be restored, where what the enemy tried to destroy will be rebuilt more beautifully than before. I promise you, my beloved, miracles are on the horizon. Restoration is closer than you think. Transformation is not a distant hope, it is beginning even now as you listen to my words. The same tears you thought disqualified you are the very tears I will use to water your breakthrough. The same wounds you thought would never heal will become the very testimonies that will heal others. The same prayers you thought were forgotten are about to manifest into realities that will leave you in awe. I have seen the prayers you prayed for your family, the whispered requests for those you love, the desperate cries for relationships that shattered. I am the God who restores. I am piecing back together what was broken. I am breathing life into what looked like ashes. I am reconciling what seemed beyond repair. Trust that my hand is moving behind the scenes even now. You will see reconciliation. You will see forgiveness bloom where there was once bitterness. You will see love resurrected where only pain lived. I have heard your cries for provision, the silent fears about how you would survive, how you would provide, how you would move forward when everything seemed barren. I am your provider. I am the same one who fed Israel in the wilderness, the same one who multiplied bread and fish for thousands, and I will not leave you lacking. I will open doors of opportunity no man can shut. I will cause resources to flow from unexpected places. I will make a way where there seemed to be no way. But with them they will overflow. But with dry will spring forth river, but with air will multiply. I have watched your struggles in your body, the sickness, the weakness, the sleepless nights, the pain you tried to hide. I am the healer. I bore your sickness in my body, and by my stripes you are healed. Healing is not a faraway dream. It is your inheritance as my child. Even now, my spirit is moving through you, bringing life to weary bones, strength to weakened muscles, and peace to anxious thoughts. Trust me. Do not measure healing by what you feel in this instant, but by the promise I have already spoken over you. You will see improvement, you will see restoration, you will see renewal. Do not think I overlooked the mental battles, the thoughts that tormented you, the nights when fear and doubt shouted louder than hope. I was with you in those nights. I was the whisper that told you to keep going. I was the strength that held you when you wanted to let go. I have seen the invisible battles in your mind, and I declare today that the torment ends. I am breaking chains of anxiety. I am silencing voices of condemnation. I am lifting the heavy cloak of depression. You will not live the rest of your days in bondage to what you cannot see. Freedom is your portion. Peace is your inheritance. Joy is being restored to you in abundance. And hear this, beloved, you are not forgotten. You were never forsaken. You are mine, and I am proud of you. I am proud of every step you took when it would have been easier to give up. I am proud of every prayer you prayed even when you didn't see results. I am proud of every act of faith, no matter how small, because it showed me that your heart was still open. Others may not have seen your effort. They may not have known the battles you fought in silence, but I saw, I knew, and I honored it all. Heaven celebrates every act of faith you made in the dark. And now, heaven is rejoicing because your new season is here. Say, guide my steps, Lord, if you want him to lead your path. Prepare yourself, child, for sudden shifts. Prepare to see doors open quickly. Prepare for answers to prayers you prayed years ago to come rushing in. Prepare for long-awaited promises to spring to life. Prepare to walk in miracles so clear that no one will be able to deny that it was my hand that moved for you. This is not empty talk. This is your reality unfolding. I am the God who redeems time, and what you thought was lost I will restore in double measure. You will look back and realize nothing was wasted. The betrayals taught you to discern. The losses taught you to value what matters. The delays taught you patience and endurance. The tears softened your heart for compassion. The pain gave you depth that child living could never provide. And now, every lesson, every scar, every trial is becoming the foundation for the blessings I am releasing. What was meant to destroy you has only prepared you to carry more glory, more authority, more wisdom, and more love. My child, believe me when I tell you, you are stepping into the season you prayed for. You are about to witness the answers to prayers you thought were buried. You are about to hold in your hands the evidence of my faithfulness. You are about to see promises fulfilled, breakthroughs manifested, and restoration so complete that it will feel like a dream. But it is not a dream, it is the reality I prepared for you all along. So lift your head, wipe your tears, straighten your shoulders. You are not walking into this season as the same wounded soul who entered the trial. You are walking out refined, strengthened, crowned with grace, and ready to shine. The time of mourning is ending, and the time of rejoicing is beginning. The battle is shifting into victory, and the story of your life is turning into testimony. You are not at the end. Beloved, you are at the beginning of something new. You will see miracles. You will see restoration. You will see transformation. And when it happens, you will know it was not by chance, not by accident, not by your striving, but by my hand alone. For I am the God who wastes nothing, who restores everything, and who loves you endlessly. My beloved child, lean close to me now, for I am not far away. I know the heaviness that has lived inside your heart. I know the weight you carry when you think no one sees. I have felt every sigh, every restless night, every moment when you pressed your face into the pillow to hide your tears from the world. Do not think for one moment that I overlooked them. I collected each tear as a treasure, kept them as proof of your endurance, and wove them into the story I am writing with your life. I never left you in your pain. Even when the silence felt unbearable, even when you thought I had forgotten you, I was holding you. I saw your loneliness. I know the emptiness that crept into your soul like a cold wind when friends walked away and when family failed to understand you. You wondered if you mattered, if anyone would ever truly stay. You questioned your value in the quiet when no one reached out, when calls never came, when rooms felt too large and your own thoughts echoed back louder than any comfort. Hear me now, you were never alone. I was beside you in those empty rooms, whispering your name into the silence. I was a warmth that touched your spirit when you thought despair would consume you. I am closer than the breath in your lungs, and I never abandoned you. While people may turn away, I never turn. I remain, steady and unshaken, your eternal companion, your faithful friend. I saw the betrayal that tore through your heart like a sharp blade. I know the sting of promises broken, the confusion of love turned to rejection, the ache of trust shattered. You tried to smile through it, but inside, the wound bled deeply. You asked me why I allowed it, why I did not stop it, why I watched while others broke your heart. My child, I never delighted in your pain. I stood with you, shielding you from destruction, catching the fragments of your spirit as you fell. What others meant for harm, I have turned into a refining fire, shaping your compassion, softening your heart, teaching you to discern truth from deception. Every betrayal you endured only brought you closer to my arms, where true love never fails, where promises are never broken, where faithfulness endures forever. I will heal the scar. I will restore trust. I will bring new relationships built on honesty and love that reflects mine. I saw the loss that shook your world, the empty chair at the table, the quiet where laughter once lived. I felt your heart break as you stood in the valley of grief, clutching memories like lifelines. You thought the sorrow would drown you. You thought life would never be whole again. You asked, "Where were you, Lord?" My child, I was with you in the darkness, weeping as you wept, wrapping my arms around your trembling frame. I carried you through nights when you did not want to wake again. I whispered strength into your weary soul when you wanted to let go. Though loss has marked your journey, it will not define your future. I am the resurrection and the life. I bring beauty from ashes. I hold your loved ones in my eternal embrace, and I hold you still, promising joy will return. I saw the fear that haunted you, the thoughts that tormented you, the what-ifs that chased you into sleepless hours. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of tomorrow, fear of being too weak to stand. My beloved, fear was never meant to be your master. It is a thief, a liar, a shadow meant to block your view of my light. Every time fear pressed against you, I was the quiet voice telling you, do not be afraid. I am with you. I did not scold you for trembling. I understood your frailty. But I also placed within you a spirit stronger than fear, a courage not of your own making but born of my presence. I remind you now, I did not give you a spirit of fear but of power, love, and a sound mind. You will not live the rest of your days caged by worry. I am lifting the weight of fear off you even now. I saw the prayers you prayed in secret, the ones you thought never reached me, the nights you whispered my name with a breaking voice, the mornings you asked me for answers and heard nothing but silence. I know the pain of waiting. I know how discouragement settled like a fog when you thought I was not listening. But every prayer has been heard, every cry had been recorded, every petition has reached my throne. Delay was never denial. Silence was never absence. I was working in the unseen, ranging pieces, protecting you from things you did not know, preparing blessings that required time to unfold. You thought I ignored you, but I was aligning answers that would exceed your expectations. I promise you, those prayers were not wasted breath. You will see the fruit of your persistence. My beloved, through it all, I carried you. You thought you were walking alone, but I was the one holding you up. When you could not walk, I lifted you. When you could not speak, I interceded for you. When you could not believe, I held faith for you. You were never abandoned. Not for one moment. I bore every burden you carried. I shouldered the weight of every worry. I caught every tear in my hands. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not invisible. You are my treasure, the one I love beyond comprehension. Type Amen to claim victory over fear and doubt, and share this word so someone else may find courage.